Hello,
Put this shit in my
everybody. Welcome
face.
to another episode of the Jimnasium podcast with me, XFL Jim, joined as always by my illustrious co-host Chase, Lupine Fiasco, Sessoms. How the fuck are you doing, my man?
I'm wearing this golden boot. I feel fucking fantastic. I just got myself a little Hunter Renfro touchdown. We're still alive for the Raiders second quarter and first half money line. So let's fucking go. Let's go.
No mashed potatoes are safe in Baton Rouge this weekend.
They all have these weird, like dick-shaped burrows in them.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. Let's just jump into fucking college football and how crazy it was. We'll go through the whole. I love looking at the schedule now because there's like Tuesday, Wednesday, because Maction is just glorious. It's so beautiful.
Oh yes. Oh God, I love Maction.
It's so fucking nice. So
I'm often out cruising the streets looking for some Maction.
Western Michigan 45, Akron 40, closer than it should have been, but Western gets it done. There's still hope. There is still hope for a directional Michigan MAC champion. There's still hope. There's a sliver of hope.
Oh, I don't. Why do I have to hope for certain things? For things that are certain in life? That'd be like me hoping the sun's gonna come up, Jim. That's just fucking crazy.
Well, you'll see why it's hopeful for now. But Miami 45, Buffalo 18. I was really thinking Buffalo was better than this, but they're not.
No, they're not. And Miami's a pretty salty little squad.
When they want to be, they can be.
Yeah.
Like when those Red Hawks want to be, them and Toledo can like. Toledo's one who I would say if you're a Toledo fan, you've probably been disappointed this year. Just based on potential, they generally have the potential the way they recruit in the MAC to be the best team in the MAC year in and year out.
Betting on Maction feels like suicide. Like I almost feel like the MAC is best appreciated, like not even wagering on it, just sitting back and enjoying all the Maction.
God, it's so fun to wager on though. It's like it's the league with the most parity.
It's true. It's true. Everyone is alive in the MAC. Everyone.
Literally. You can't say that about many other leagues. Like everyone is alive in the MAC.
Ball State, Miami of Ohio, Akron, probably not, but everyone bet Akron.
They had a decent like string for a little bit.
They'll zip it up and zip it out. We need to get sponsored by a vape company. If anyone from Big Vape is watching,
please,
look at us.
Please hit us up. Ohio 34, Eastern Michigan 26. This one hurt.
It did.
I'm a big Emu fan, and this one cut to my core. It's my favorite directional Mich school.
Speaking of Emu, I mean we've got Max with 2 X's Crosby playing tonight with the Raiders. He's an Emu alum,
and that's actually true. God damn it! It's directional Michigan schools do so much for us. We need a way to give back.
Yeah, I mean, hell, they gave us Antonio Brown, for the love of God. He's a Western Mich alum.
It was PJ Fleck. They've done so much.
Yeah.
NIU 30, Ball State 29. This is why we need hope because NIU holds on to their lead in the MAC West.
They just keep eking it out, don't they?
I don't know how they keep doing it. They keep getting away with it. But, man, their time will come eventually. I just feel it. This guy has got to be like coach of the year for the MAC. Because everyone thought this team was going to be like a basement dweller.
Yeah, for sure. I like their coach because you don't often see people who are that like rotund coaching football. It feels like I feel like there's a lot, but like he looks like Bruce, and I love it.
That is, it's a sight to fucking see. Toledo 49, Bowling Green 17. Bowling Green, I never know which Bowling Green's going to show up. Are you ever going to get Minnesota Bowling Green again? I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know if like Mars is in retrograde, if we're in the right moon cycle to get the right Bowling Green. Hard to tell.
Central Michigan 54, Kent State 30, Chippa fucking Waz, baby.
Woo! Man, isn't it so nice just blanket cheering for like an entire state with like directional universities because you just get so much win like over the course of Maction.
We won twice this week, just before the weekend.
Yeah, we are like statistical winners.
It's
being on Team One Directional Mich.
It's nice to have that. Should Florida hire the Central Michigan head coach?
They tried it. Well, I
Round
don't
2, Electric Boogaloo with the shark
know.
extra.
Is
I don't know.
See, we know that's photoshopped because the shark would have been on top if it was real life.
True. Sharks are they're very much doms.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But I mean, shit, he's a good G5 coach.
Or power bottoms. Or power bottom sharks.
Or yes.
They generate their power from the bottom. Yeah, he is a good G5 coach. That's where he belongs, I think.
I think Central Michigan's a good spot for him. Cincinnati 45, USF 28. Cincinnati kind of for a minute let him hang around and then was like, "Oh wait, yeah, we kind of need to blow him out. Let's do that."
Okay, all right. Are we going to talk about the rankings? Because if not, I've got a tangent to go on.
I mean, we probably we'll talk about them after going through this. Actually, no, we don't. No, we don't need to.
Okay, here's my Cincinnati tangent. Here's the deal, guys. Like, you think you belong in the playoff? I want you to belong in the playoff because I desperately want a G5 team to crash the party. But you, week in and week out, are proving to me that you're not that team because you're not winning with style. If you're a G5 team that wants to be in the playoff, you need to be absolutely demolishing some of these teams you're playing against. And I mean, I know gambling doesn't work into it, but like it says a lot to me that you're not covering the spread against a lot of these teams.
Yeah,
I don't think they belong.
If they keep up like this, I don't know, man. It's hard when they're not destroying these teams. They get some nice opponents coming up with SMU and Houston.
Yeah.
Which I think if they look really good, like if they beat Houston the way they beat USF like this, then yeah.
Yeah, because that makes sense. That makes sense. They're not going to be more than a touchdown favorite against like a Houston team. And I don't know, like I feel like they almost need to go back to like the BCS mentality of like not only do we need to win, but we need to like just pour it on. Just absolutely pour it on every week so that the computers love us. But it seems like they need to pour it on and they're not doing it. It's like they need to just like go in and just like beat the ever loving shit out of these teams. And then it's just like they're writing passive aggressive notes to these teams. Like they're not asserting themselves and it's going to cost them the playoff. And like, I kind of hate it, but like it kind of, it's turning me against them because I don't think they're worthy now.
So if we're going just by strictly like computers, SP Plus has them ranked as the 6th best team right now.
Yeah, I bet you if they started scoring a shit ton more points on some of these teams, that would change.
So here's how SP Plus has. Let's just go through the SP Plus top 10 real quick. We got Notre Dame at 10, Pitt at 9. You're not gonna like this one. Texas A&M at 8. This one makes no sense, and I think Bill Connolly would also say it's a little outlier weird. Clemson is at 7.
What?
I think preseason rankings definitely go into SP Plus, the computer model. Number 5 is Michigan. Number 4 is Wisconsin. Number 3, Alabama. 2, Ohio State. 1, Georgia. 6 is Cincinnati.
Okay.
130 is UMass. Just thought I'd throw that one in there.
That makes sense. Yeah, they nailed that one. I will say,
but yeah,
they nailed that
one. They need the style points, and it sucks because like other teams don't. But it's not a fair system. You had to play with the rules you got.
That's true. Absolutely.
Boise State 23, Wyoming 13. Not too much on this game. It was just kind of a slugfest. Good job, Boise.
Yeah, Wyoming with the epic backdoor cover. BT dub. Gotta love it when teams perform, but not enough to win.
Kansas State 34, West Virginia 17. This one was one I wasn't sure on going into the weekend. It was scaring me a little bit, but Kansas State gets it done. And guess what? They've more than hit their over.
Yeah, I was on West Virginia in this spot, and it looked like they were going to let West Virginia back into the game, and I guess to some degree they did, but West Virginia just couldn't quite get it done.
Yeah, that was basically the tail of the game. Mississippi State 43, Auburn 34.
Woo! 40 unanswered. 40 unanswered.
Mike Leach is here, boys.
God,
Mike Leach is here.
He's way ahead of schedule, and like I'm not gonna say he's gonna build an SEC juggernaut, but he's gonna build an SEC like a team that's gonna jump up and contend in the SEC West for the Alabama scraps.
He's done it everywhere he's been. It's like
Yep.
he's a proven commodity. Like he can win just about at any school you put him in.
It's
And
that
this
air raid,
Mississippi
man.
State team, the crazy thing for me is their defense is pretty good.
Yeah, like the way that they just put the clamps down, like on starting in the first half, like late in the second quarter, they just absolutely put the clamps down on this Alabama team. I watched this game intently because I was a Mississippi State money line better. I was all over Mississippi State like 5 different ways in this game, and there was not much hope, and then all of a sudden they just came alive. And I think what's great about it is like the air raid. It's so hard to defend the air raid because there's so many options and there's so many different ways that they can present themselves. Like if you look at the air raid is essentially built off of, like, they don't have more than like 5 or 6 plays. They just have like tons of variations on the same 5 or 6 plays, and it's hard to defend because they're going to show you something just slightly different every single time. And man, just big win, huge win. Hate to see it happen to Auburn.
Couldn't have happened to a more deserving program, in our opinion. SMU 55, UCF 28. Cincinnati is happy for this one.
God, they deflated the bounce house.
They did.
They just clapped some ass cheeks that entire time.
SMU needed this one too. This is a great bounce back spot after losing 2 in a row for the Mustangs.
Absolutely.
They were kind of on a little bit of a downward spiral, but now they're alive. They're ready. And go Mustangs. I'm always going to be an SMU rooter. I like rooting for this team.
Mixed feelings.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's understandable. Houston 37, Temple 8. The Battle of Houston. Not much to talk about. Houston's like easily won this one.
Yeah, I wish that Houston would have beat Texas Tech because I feel like they might have been able to be in the playoff competition. Like I think they're good enough to be in the playoff conversation, quite honestly.
I think so too. The issue with that is I think their best Power 5 team that they played was Tech. Like the reason people talk about Cincinnati is they had Notre Dame.
You're right, exactly. And that's they had just kind of a lackluster Power 5 non-conference schedule. They have just like a lackluster schedule in general, and I don't know. It's unfortunate, especially because that loss to Texas Tech was week 1. Week 1 losses are so excusable.
Yep. They're extremely excusable. I mean, people probably won't care about the Ohio State loss to Oregon by the end of the year.
I already think they don't.
That's fair. East Carolina 30, Memphis 29. Good job, Pirates. This is a good fucking win in Memphis. That's a tough place to win.
If you count Mike Leach, it was a great week for Pirates.
Yeah, I would count that. It's a good week for Pirates. I pirated a bunch of videos too.
Hey man, no matter your stance on candy corn, it was a great week for Pirates. Tough to win in the Liberty Bowl. I like the CCU team. They're plucky.
They've graduated to the plucky stage. Baylor 27, Oklahoma 14. SEC baby.
Yeah, thanks Big 12 for giving us all your fucking trash, by the way.
Show them the door on their way out.
Dude, good for Baylor. They get over sort of their little brother complex with Oklahoma. They absolutely dominated this game. Like Oklahoma had to go back to Spencer Rattler.
Yeah, it was wild.
Oof.
Yeah, that's how you know it's an oof game.
Yeah.
I mean, Caleb's he's a good player, but he's a true freshman. Like, yeah, he's gonna have these games. It's just gonna happen.
And Spencer Rattler is just kind of a shitty true sophomore.
Basically, and also
with a cool logo though. Sweet logo, bro.
It is a sweet logo. If you're an Oklahoma fan, don't get too beat up because if you win out, you'll be in the talk for the playoffs still.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now we're full on board with Oklahoma State.
Hey, and also good for Gary Bohannon, Arkansas product at the head of that Baylor offense.
Hey. You guys are just everywhere. You got your claws in everything.
Hey man, you'd be surprised how much we run the world. We do it quietly. We're humble people.
I wouldn't. You guys are Walmart people, so.
Yeah, we run the shit. We run the world.
Louisville 41, Syracuse 3. This one hurt, man. I was loving Syracuse.
You want to know how much this one hurt? Let me tell you how much this one hurt. I had, let's see, Syracuse +3, Syracuse money line, Syracuse first quarter money line, Syracuse first half money line. It wasn't like a it was like a gate to wire, just like 3 woodshed beat down.
That's rough. That's a rough
Yeah.
one. Dino, I don't know, man. You hate to see this kind of win. I legit hate to see it.
I think there's just kind of you've got a Louisville team that's surging a little bit. They're also they can be a very explosive team, and they exploded all over Syracuse's face.
That's damn right they did. Speaking of exploding on people's faces, Wisconsin 35, Northwestern 7. Wisconsin has an offense now, and I hate it because it means they're probably going to win the Big Ten West.
Yeah, they probably will. And spoiler alert, Pat Fitzgerald will definitely be back next year.
Oh, 100%. I don't think, 100%.
Schools should learn from Northwestern. They should absolutely learn from Northwestern what happens whenever you just don't fire coaches over and over again. Eventually, they get something going.
Yeah, and like he'll have it. Northwestern will be one of these teams where they'll bottom out and then they'll get back up to like all right, and then they'll like eventually get to the point where they can compete for a few years for the Big Ten West, and then like go to the Big Ten championship game.
Yeah. Which they should never go to the Big Ten championship game. That's just quite the statement about how damn good they've been recently.
It really is. Florida 70, Samford 52.
This looked dicey.
This was a game for most of this, and
yeah,
like Florida was like celebrating in the locker room after this win. It's Dan Mullen. His seat is hot.
Meet just like a smoking hot seat, Dan Mullen. Because I mean, the fact that if you were down 2 touchdowns to Samford, not Stanford, Samford. Wow,
not a good look.
After you lost to South Carolina,
you can't be doing that. You can't be doing. When will Florida get a good coach?
I don't know, because I mean, it's not like they'll have to find another just like dirtbag human being, right? Like Urban Meyer. Like it feels like that's what the key would be for them. Just find just like a dirtbag human being of a coach.
What you're telling me is Hugh Freeze to Florida.
Absolutely, 100%. Unquestionable. Yes.
You heard it here, folks. You heard it here first. Hugh Freeze to Florida. Confirmed. Yep. Alabama 59, New Mexico State 3. You usually don't see these kinds of blowouts in rivalry games, so good on Alabama.
Good on Alabama. Which sucks because Arkansas's got them next week, and they're coming off of that game.
I mean, they can't. That's what they do. They schedule these glorified bye weeks in November so that when they play their SEC opponents, they're rested. It's
right.
It's their formula.
Yep.
Penn State 17, Michigan 21. Good job, Harbaugh. Good job, Jim.
It proves to you that this would not have been a terribly embarrassing loss because Michigan would have fucked it up and lost it.
The hope and the plan is still alive for Michigan to beat Ohio State and not make the Big Ten championship game.
Yep.
Booyah.
Yep. The plan is still there. It was written in the stars.
We do need Michigan State to beat Ohio State next week, though.
Yeah, I think I need that more than a person in hell needs a glass of cold ice water. That sounds fantastic. I would love to see that.
I would love that more than anything. I don't know how likely that is to happen, but I would love it so very, very much. What do we got here? Georgia State 42, Coastal Carolina 40. I just think this is like Grayson McCall is out for the rest of the year. So,
I knew he was out for this game, so he's out for the rest of the year now.
It's not confirmed, but I think he is.
Yeah, when you get hit so hard you vomit, it kind of puts throws a monkey wrench in things, I think.
Yeah, and he's like a huge part of this team.
I started kind of believing that Coastal Carolina was a little bit of a fraud. I think they've got dramatically.
I still think they're a good team. They're just not. Everyone kind of still has the picture of them last year. They're not the Coastal Carolina of last year.
No, but I still think that their issue is that they're trying to do this small, agile offensive line, and once they face like a legit D line, like all their plays are so slowly developing that that's how Grayson McCall got. Well, it's not how he got hurt, but you can understand how he did get hurt.
Utah 38, Arizona 29. Arizona's plucky. They're one of these teams that are just going to be covering spreads the rest of this season, I guess.
I think I told you, like, first quarter money lines, jump on it. Arizona will put up points early, but they are terrible at making adjustments, and they will fuck it up late.
And that's Arizona this year. Utah, alive. Probably, I mean, they're the favorite for the Pac-12 South. I might actually even favor them over Oregon at this point.
I think they'll give Oregon a game. I think they've got an offense that'll keep up with them, and they've got some ballers on defense.
Ohio State 59, Purdue 31. Oof. I mean, Purdue can't do it 2 weeks in a row. And then I don't know about you, but the second I saw Purdue ranked, I knew Ohio State was just going to beat the fuck out of them.
Yeah, Purdue didn't do the job. It's I started kind of believing in Purdue. I thought Purdue could maybe cover that spread, and my Lord, did they not.
It's like Purdue they're allergic to being ranked. I think that's a thing.
That's not their spot.
They're way more dangerous when they're unranked. I think they're still alive for the Big Ten West, though. And if you give me a Big Ten West champion Purdue, I will be very happy.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
I mean, he's been coaching for his job. I think he saved his job, but he still has to coach like it, damn it.
Yeah, he'll be tenured.
Florida State 31.
That wasn't a good reference.
I'm just going to blast past that one. Florida State 31, Miami 28. Throw out the record books in a rivalry, folks. This game was gross and dumb and awesome.
Yeah, it was a shame that this was like a nationally televised on ABC game. You know, I understand there's so many TVs in the state of Florida, and it's such like a historic rivalry. But God, this was an ugly game.
It was, yeah. This was. There's not too much more to say about this. It's kind of like Miami is still walking away at the end of this year with hope, which is always dangerous if you're a Miami fan. And now Florida State is also gaining hope, which is just, you probably don't want that. They're probably both going to be ranked in the top 25 next year, but whatever.
I mean, I said it like in the preseason, and I do believe it, which is like college football is a little bit more fun when you have a good Miami, and it's even more funner when you have a good Florida State along with them.
Oh, it's true because like they wear like the dirtbag school logo with honor.
Oh yeah,
and we need that.
Oh yeah, like it's a dirtbag enterprise. Like be proud of who you are as just like a complete shitbag human being.
Like Alabama is just basically like the Death Star and these like overlords, but they don't come off as dirtbags like a Miami does. And college football needs powerful dirtbags.
Oh yes. Give me like a highly ranked Miami team and just a good solid Miami scandal to go along with it.
Yes, fucking please. I want that so bad. Texas Tech.
Please have cocaine involved in it.
It has to be. It's Miami. Texas Tech 41, Iowa State 38. This was an awesome game.
Yeah, and that dude kicked that ball a goddamn nautical mile to win.
I actually have a clip for that. Ooh. Right here. Here's the radio call for everyone of the Texas Tech winning field goal.
Well, here it goes. Tied at 38, 3 seconds to go, 62-yard try. Garibay has his foot into it. It may be long enough. It is good. It is good. It is good. Jonathan Garibay has won the game with a 62-yard field goal. Oh my God, can you believe that? Woo!
I love that ending.
Oh God, you know what was great about that with the call was like it started off with a welp. there was not a lot of hope there that he was going to drill that. That was good from 70.
Dude, like college kickers in general, you're always a little hesitant. 62 yards, you're like, oh, fuck no.
Because that has like a prescription for a recipe for a pick six, kick six written all over it. Because you put some like stud like wide receiver back there, like who's trying to tackle him? It's a bunch of like spare tight ends and linebackers.
Yeah, it's true. And like everyone kind of has the kick six burned into their memory. So anytime you line up for a super long field goal, you're just like, yee boy, not feeling it. I just don't know.
Yeah. Yep. It's that's insane. Like he better be a pro kicker after 62 in college.
Yeah, that's his NFL moment right there.
Right there.
It would have been hilarious if it was like a few like yards further back and he like broke the NFL record.
That would have been crazy. That would have been absolutely insane.
I would have loved it. I would have loved it so much. But I mean, Iowa State, we've been rooting for them all year. I'm sorry. It's just not. It's not happening. It's not your year.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like people who've been Iowa State fans their whole lives, like, probably were just chuckling at us the entire time because we let ourselves believe.
Once you have hope in Iowa, they work best from the shadows.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. They are at their best when they're barely a 500 team and they're just fucking up people's seasons.
It's not even that. It's just they kind of do like way better when no one expects anything out of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
that's true.
Once this year when people are putting like expectations of them competing for the Big 12 championship, it just doesn't work out.
Doesn't work out. Sorry for you.
Cyclones. UTSA 27, Southern Miss 17. Meet motherfuckers all the way. They're not going to lose.
They're meeping left. They're meeping right. They're meeping right up the middle. God, it's a good football team. It's a great football team, and they're fun to watch.
The best, in my opinion, they're the best football team in Texas.
They might be.
They might be. Georgia 41, Tennessee 17. Oh my God. Oh my God. Georgia just fucking threw them in a crock pot and put it on slow.
I hadn't looked at the final numbers, but Tennessee moved all really well, but like
Georgia's red zone defense just fucking came to play, dude.
They're like the definition of like bend but don't break. And it's not like bend but don't break, they're giving up field goals. It's like bend but don't break, they're somehow getting out of there without sacrificing any points. Like they might be the best defense ever in college football.
It's hard. Like 2011 Alabama is probably the one I would put up there with them.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. Even if statistically that team was better, I still
the fact that like Georgia, like that Tennessee has scored the most points on this Georgia team at 17.
Yeah. That's the insane part. That is the absolute insane part. Like, I don't know. Like I feel like we didn't know it at the time, but like Georgia was almost a threat to like not let anyone score a touchdown all season.
Yeah, up until what was it, Florida?
Yeah.
That's fucked up. That's just fucked up right there.
Insanity.
In Tennessee, like you're still on track to have a decent season, so go with
better than we thought. And you gotta love a chubby cherubic Josh Heupel.
I kind of do. I like fat Josh Heupel very.
Let him coach in a diaper with a little bow.
He should have done that for Halloween.
Yeah. Yeah.
Iowa 27, Minnesota 22. This was a rock fight.
It was a rock fight. It was just unlucky.
Did you know that was a rule, by the way?
What?
So Minnesota is like driving down the field and there's like 2 seconds left on the clock. So Tanner Morgan, he gets the snap, spikes it with a second left. But according, like the refs all of a sudden were just like, if there's less than 3 seconds on the clock, you can't spike the ball.
What?
Yeah.
You made that rule up on the spot. That's not a real thing.
So apparently it's a thing that if there's less than 3 seconds, there has to be at least 3 seconds on the clock for you to spike it, or else it's just game over.
I remember like back when like Houston Nutt was coaching Ole Miss, they got a win over Les Miles and LSU because of just terrible clock management and the fact that like their LSU's quarterback didn't understand like when there was a second left, like 1 second left, you couldn't spike it because every play has to take at least 1 second. But like 3?
There was
Come
2.
on.
There was 2 seconds on the clock. So he gets
it.
He
so it takes down to 1.
Yep, but no, there has to be at least 3. Apparently.
No.
Yep. So that's how Minnesota lost this game.
You made that rule up on the spot. You're just anti PJ Fleck, and I hate you for it.
So they didn't even get to attempt.
Fuck you.
They didn't even get to attempt the Hail Mary.
Fuck that.
Yeah, it was a gross ending. My other question from this game is why the fuck hasn't Iowa been starting this quarterback the whole time?
Oh, Padilla? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's way better. He's way better.
Their offense actually looked like it was capable of, like, doing things, but it's I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to think. I'm so, like, over this game after you just told me about that bullshit.
Yeah, no, it's gross. We're gonna get away from this right now. North Texas 20, UTEP 17. Mean fucking green baby.
God, they were cantankerous fucking green. They were real pissed off.
He's like, this is a side note. I haven't mentioned him, but like North Texas head coach this year was quietly coaching for his job, and I think he's got it. I think he's done a pretty decent job.
I think he's got it too, and I think. Did you see the end of this game? Guts, absolute guts, and there goes our first half money line more than likely, and
Boom.
Second quarter money line.
Fucking bang, baby. Yeah,
no. There it goes. Like it would just. Kansas State just blew it up.
Well, then fuck this. Fuck the state of Missouri forever.
Fuck scumbag state.
UNLV 27, Hawaii 13. UNLV's on a 2-game winning streak, buddy.
There we go. We were all over this one. UNLV's not. They're. Well, I mean, they are a bad team, but they're not that bad of a team.
They got heart.
They got heart.
They kept it. They looked good against Fresno. They had a couple close losses, and then they get their first win, and then now they have 2. That's all they need. Just got. It always starts with that. You just got to win it 1 game at a time.
1 game at a time. All right, we got a minute 39. I think we can get another touchdown and cover this second quarter and first half money line.
I would love it. I would love it.
Okay.
I would love it even more if it's from a Hunter Renfrow touchdown.
I also would love that. Or Josh Jacobs. If Josh Jacobs could throw it to Hunter Renfrow, it would be perfect.
Be the best.
Yeah, if you're listening to the audio version, it is Sunday night, and we are in the background watching the Kansas City Las Vegas game.
Yep. Michigan State 40, Maryland 21. This is the Michigan State you kind of wanted to see. They've been letting these teams kind of hang around too much, and they just didn't do it with Maryland.
This game was actually closer than I thought it was going to be.
It was for the most part. Maryland has a decent offense. Like Talia is pretty good.
Yeah.
And I know Leo was on Maryland here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So.
Yeah. Is it Talia or Talia?
I've heard it pronounced every fucking which way.
Either way, it sounds girly. Doesn't matter how you say it.
Just call him
Hawaiian
TT.
Names.
Just call him TT.
I'm gonna go on to a brief diatribe. I was once watching the Little League World Series, and there was the Hawaii team is always in there because they're just like a little baseball factory. And there was a kid who was coming up to bat, and I mean, I don't know how to put this gingerly, but this kid was white. This was a white, and they show his name, and it was like Walele, and I was like, hold on. And I feel like his mom gave birth, and then the nurse was like, "Oh, what are you gonna name him?" And he was like, "Oh, we're gonna name him Wallace." And he goes, "They're like, well, you get like a tax break if you give your kid a Hawaiian name." And she was like, "Walele." And they're like, "That'll work.
That'll work. That's all it takes. That'll fucking do it." Missouri 31, South Carolina 28. This was just a shit game that nobody should have watched, and I hope nobody did watch.
I didn't. And Gamecock's going to Gamecock. They get a win. What do they do next week? Lose to one of the shittiest teams in the SEC. But granted, they are also one of the shittiest teams in the SEC. So
who does South Carolina play next?
It was a good old-fashioned R-word fight.
Who do they play next?
They're not bowl eligible by any means, right? They've only won like maybe 4 games.
They have 1, 2, 3, 4. If they win these next 2, which would be absolutely hilarious, they're bowl eligible.
Well, one of them's got to be Clemson.
One of the other one's Auburn, and that would be just fucking magical and hilarious to me if South Carolina somehow pulls the upset on both Auburn and Clemson. A Clemson team who, they dominated against fucking UMass, or UConn. I forget which one they played. Let me. UConn, yeah, the other really, really bad U school from the Northeast, but they're still not very good. Clemson is what they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wins now. So maybe Clemson could end with an 8. I'm really rooting for Wake Forest so fucking hard. And Chase is gone. You got me for a little bit. I'm just going to wax poet. I'm going to keep going through these one by one. Tulsa 20, Tulane 13, Golden Hurricane all over in fucking Tulsa. The Green Wave are having a very bad season. They're very disappointing in my opinion. I was so high on them. And by so high, I meant they could potentially compete for their division in the AAC, but it just wasn't to be. Wasn't meant to be. Maybe the boy Willie Fritz maybe should have jumped ship last year. Who's to say? Don't know, but they're not there for it. There's not much more to say. I was very fucking happy. Middle Tennessee 50, FIU 10. FIU is in a fucking sorts. They're in a rough spot. It's not looking great for them. La Tech 42, Charlotte 32. I was on the 49ers in this one. They let me down. The state of South Carolina, the state of Charlotte, the state of North Carolina, sorry, and the city of Charlotte. I will not go there again until you win another football game.
There we go.
We're back. We're fucking kicking it. You made it just in time to talk about Oregon State 35, Stanford 14.
That seems like the right score. That seems like how it should have finished, quite honestly.
It does. Stanford, I don't know what they're doing at this point. I have no idea what they're even doing.
Yeah. Was it David Shaw? Is his seat maybe getting a little bit hot at Stanford?
No, it's not.
I feel like they're doing the smart kid university thing that Northwestern is doing, and it'd be wise for them to just keep holding on to him forever.
I like David Shaw. They should probably schedule easier, in my opinion.
Right.
Because they're one of the few schools I can think of that plays an all Power 5 schedule.
True, but I don't know. There's something admirable about that. I
mean, I respect the fuck out of it. I love that they do it, but they haven't made a bowl game in how many years now?
That's true. It's not doing them any favors, but you respect the hell out of them for doing it.
Exactly.
It's like someone who woodworks with like old fashioned like Yankee workshop tools, you know?
Yeah, it's like the Amish.
Yeah, it's like good for you, like for using things that don't plug in.
Yeah, Stanford are the Amish of college football. Kentucky 34, Vanderbilt 17. I mean,
how they ever scored the 17, I'll never know.
Guess what Kentucky didn't do in this game? Cover.
Yeah, that's
gross.
That's gross. Kentucky's gone off a cliff.
Not covered. They've got off a cliff. They have the best record they've had in however many fucking
years. I know. Yeah. That was for one specific viewer.
Who's Kentucky finished with besides Louisville?
No idea.
Let's see. Oh, never mind. New Mexico State. SEC rival New Mexico State.
God, we just hand them around like a drunk girl at a frat party, don't we?
God, you guys really fucking do. That's gross. Ole Miss 29, Texas A&M 19. Who, baby? God, Lane Kiffin just plays riskier than a motherfucker.
Yeah, he does. And man, when he keeps rolling the dice and it keeps, hitting sevens, like they can embarrass some teams. Their defense actually showed up. Their defense really showed up late. And they were, after letting Texas A&M back into it a little bit, because they played a really good defensive first half, but that defense just closed the door.
So, dude, Ole Miss's defense was the story of this game. They had a dominant first quarter and a dominant fourth quarter. They bookended this game excellently. Ole Miss's offense had a rough second and third quarter as well. That kind of allowed Texas, especially third quarter, that just allowed Texas A&M to jump back in. Yeah. But that first quarter for Ole Miss, like 400 yards in the first quarter.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, big hand for Jimbo Fisher for calling a slow developing running play from the end zone and giving Ole Miss a fucking safety in that one. Jesus, what's wrong with you, Jimbo?
Just handing it right back after Ole Miss fails to convert on fourth down in the red zone, yep. Which That was the main story for the Ole Miss offense for me is they would march down the field and then just not be able to do anything in the red zone.
Right. There's a lot of field goals early. A lot of
field goals, a lot of 4 and outs, and like that's kind of this Ole Miss thing. Like when it works really well, and when it doesn't, it does not.
Exactly.
There's not really a lot of in between. Fresno State 34, New Mexico 7. Not much to talk about here. Fresno State just beating up New Mexico, but good win for Fresno.
Yeah, are they officially out of the Mountain West? I think they are.
I think they are. I think it came down to last. I think it came down to a different game we talked about that we're going to talk about. Let's just fucking talk about it now. San Diego State 23, Nevada 21. This game basically decided the Mountain West, I think, West Division.
Yeah, I mean, San Diego State is a good team, and they've got like a kid with like an android leg, fucking kicking punts.
Matt Arrays is so fucking good.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool that the best team in the Mountain West, their MVP is a fucking punter.
Right, fucking right. This is your classic San Diego State team. Like they play a decent amount of offense, and they play a really good defense.
Yeah, yeah.
They're kind of like the Mountain West Iowa. I
feel it. Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about Brady Hoke, but good for Brady Hoke that he's making, picking up the pieces at San Diego State.
I guess good for the clapping man.
Good. Okay.
I'm still going to always probably say fuck Brady Hoke for sending in, what was that Michigan quarterback that obviously looked.
Was it Tate Forcier? Was it Tate Forcier or was that before Tate Forcier?
It was before, I think.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
The kid who was out on his feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
he just
fucked up.
Sends him back in. Yeah,
that was real fucked up. Like, pick the worst time in the history of football to send somebody back in with a concussion. Braids.
Right. Where were we now? Oh, that's right. Kansas 57, Texas 56. Fucking baby. Horns down for fucking life.
Man, and it wasn't even that close is the best part. God.
Kansas let them back into it.
Kansas let him back into it. Didn't Kansas it up in overtime? Like got the 2-point conversion to win on the scramble. Throws a dime. So great to see. Also the SEC chants in the stadium.
Oh, those were just
beautiful.
Those were beautiful. So this is Kansas's first road win against a Big 12 opponent since 2008. That's
a jarring stat. That is a jarring statistic. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
God damn. God damn it, they are bad at football.
They have been so bad for so long. I think they have the guy. I think Lance Leopold is the guy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and hey, good for our boy Colby Dant, who
called the Kansas over 1 win.
Yeah, called it. Cashed a big old ticket on Kansas over 1.5.
It's so fitting that it happened to Texas too.
So fitting. I just want more of that right there in my veins.
The other fun stat from this is now Texas's longest losing streak since 1956.
Hate to see it.
No, I don't even. I love to see it. I don't even. Not even. I love to see it.
I'm not even playing right now. I love it.
I hate Texas so fucking much.
Yeah, me
this
too.
is so good to see.
God.
7-win Sark is now the best case scenario.
Right. So, I mean, if you're Texas and you're who you say you are, you have to fire Sark after the season.
Guess what happened to the last coach that lost to Kansas?
Exactly.
Are they just like? How happy is Tom Herman right now?
Tom Herman just had a big old dose of Schadenfreude after that game, man. Like, I don't know. I probably, if I'm Tom Herman, I load the kids up at Yukon, and I take them to the Dairy Queen for Sundays to celebrate that one. God damn.
Guess what Tom Herman never did? He never lost to fucking Kansas.
Never lost to Kansas. Did Charlie Strong lose to Kansas?
He did.
All right, never mind.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, but he lost to Kansas later in his career there. Like him losing to Kansas was like the nail in the coffin. Steve Sarkisian is just out. He's like speed running the Texas head coach career path.
Right. So the boosters
where they looked good at the start of the season.
Yeah.
And then ever since that Oklahoma game,
Yep, the boosters already have his placement planned out.
Have
Mike
not won a
Leach.
game since Pole Assassin.
Ever since that monkey bit that kid's face.
Just can't get over it. Wake Forest 45, NC State 42. Quake for Wake, baby. Quake for Wake.
Back on
big game this week. They play Clemson.
They'll win. I'm calling it.
You're damn right they will.
Clemson's dog shit.
Wake all day. NC State is kind of they're one of those teams that are always on the cusp, but they're always like decent to good, but never great.
Yeah, they just can't break through. And I mean, it's not like it's a powerhouse football state either. Like, they're never going to get the people to break through. They never will. They'll just always be a cusp team.
Which sucks. But, like, you know, if you can, embrace that and you can every once in a while maybe get a 10-win season, be happy with that. And you beat Clemson. That's always fun. Even if Clemson's down, it's still fun to beat them.
Yeah. Always good to sadden up that Dabo.
Notre Dame 28, Virginia 3. I'm not going to read too much into this one just because Brendan Armstrong didn't play, and he's basically the entire Virginia offense. He's kind of holding it all together there with matchsticks and paper mache. But another good win for Notre Dame.
And it didn't go any way near how I thought it was going to go. I thought this might be a track meet, and just Virginia cannot score.
I think if Brendan Armstrong was available to play, I think it would have been a track meet. I do think it would have. I definitely don't think Virginia would have won, but I think it would have been a little bit more high scoring.
Yeah, I think the over would have been locked up in that one.
Mm-hmm. This one's for you, my man. Arkansas 16, LSU 13.
About that, you give me that goddamn golden boot. I love winning. I love beating LSU. I love beating LSU in Baton Rouge because they're such fucking hostile fans. Shut the fuck up. Go the fuck home to your fucking houses on stilts. You fucking Cajun fucks. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. This win was sweet.
God damn, it was so sweet. Sam Pittman is my favorite coach.
He's my favorite human being currently.
I love that man.
Yeah, dude, he's ahead of schedule. I think he's building something like we're actually going to be very proud of for a good couple years. And I feel like this was his dream job. I feel like this was his dream job, and it's not like we're going to just lose him.
Yeah, he definitely seems like the kind of person like he will retire at Arkansas if he keeps this up.
Yeah, Sam, take care of yourself, lose a little weight, do some things that are healthy for the ticker, because I want you there for the next 10 to 15 years.
Right? I would love that. I would love that for Arkansas so fucking much. Oklahoma State 63, TCU 17. Oh, diggity dog damn Oklahoma State.
Put Oklahoma State in at least the top 6. If not in the 10? College football. They're number 10. Okay. I think they are a playoff worthy team. I think that Oklahoma State is a playoff worthy team. I think so too. I'm saying it. Put them in the playoff, you fucking coward.
They have one loss to a close loss to Iowa State.
Yeah.
Dude, Bedlam is going to be fucking fire.
Oh, they win that, then I mean they're in the
they'd have to win that and then probably also beat Oklahoma again. So they'd have to beat Oklahoma twice back to back.
I know, but I'm saying they win that, they're definitely in.
Or will they play Baylor in the championship game then?
They possibly could. I think you might be looking at a Big 12 champion Oklahoma State.
And then if they do that, if Oklahoma State wins out, they got to be in the fucking playoffs.
Yeah, you better put them in. I don't know. I feel like they're constantly disrespected. They constantly get overlooked, and then you blink, it's November. They've got 0 or 1 loss, and they're a really good football team, and doing it with defense.
And that's the craziest part. This is easily the best defense Mike Gundy's ever had at Oklahoma State, and they're doing it. And their offense is getting better each and every single week. Man, I'm looking at the playoff rankings. I don't know. Like after Georgia, you could make a case for every single team in the top 10.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think that like 2 spots are spoken for, at least for now, until Arkansas beats Alabama next week. What?
Right?
What did I just say?
I think if Alabama gets 2 losses, they're not in. Like, if they lose, even if they win out and then lose to Georgia, they're not in then.
Yeah, Nick will do some politicking, but I don't think that they'll make it. If they lose another game, if they lose another game, but they beat Georgia, they'll be in. Mark my words. Mark my words.
Okay, then you'll have, but like they still have 2 losses. How do you like if Ohio State or Michigan State win out? How do you like keep those teams out, or how do you keep like if Oregon wins out, or what if Oklahoma State does win out?
Let me justify it to you with this chant: SEC.
I mean, yeah, money. It does just mean more, I guess.
It means more. It means more, Jim.
That's gross. I hate that.
Yeah, it is.
And it's so not gross. Even that it really means more. It only means more for like 3 or 4 schools in that conference.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I don't think Arkansas would be getting the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, no. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
If Arkansas is 8-1 right now, and you lose 1, but you still go to the SEC championship and beat Georgia,
we'd be in. I think we'd be in.
You think you'd be in?
Yeah, I think we would be in.
I don't know.
I think I think we would be in because we won the SEC.
It's true.
And that out of the toughest division in college football, with noted as the toughest schedule in the country.
That's for you guys.
A big hand for Arkansas for right now being a 7-win team with the toughest schedule in college football.
God damn, it's so nice. I'm so glad you guys beat Texas A&M.
Yeah, me too.
I'm so glad you guys did.
It's pretty sweet.
Let's see fucking Arkansas move up into like the top. Okay, let's do a little game because I don't really have the only other game that is even on here is UCLA 44, Colorado 20. That doesn't fucking matter.
Right.
I mean, good job Utah State beating San Jose State, but like you have the Mountain Division locked up. And Oregon beat Washington, but that game sucked. Jimmy Lake probably fired, by the way. So
yeah, no, definitely fired.
Definitely fired.
Is fired.
You will get an Apple Cup of interim coaches.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Let's play a little game of guess the rankings.
Okay.
So in this college football playoff rankings.
Oh wait, I don't think CFP or AP. Oh, sorry, so the CFP. Okay.
CFP. So I don't think the top 4 are changing at all. It's going to be Georgia, Alabama, Oregon, Ohio State still.
Right.
No change. They might do something wonky and have Ohio State jump Oregon, but that would be stupid.
Right.
Cincinnati, I think they stay at 5.
I don't think they drop. I still think that even though they won by like 19, I still think against USF was ugly.
I think they stay there.
Yeah.
I honestly could see no change potentially in the top 7.
Because
like Michigan
Oklahoma
State,
was 8, right?
Oklahoma was 8. So I would honestly see Oklahoma State potentially jumping Notre Dame and Notre Dame staying 9.
Yeah, no, 100%.
And that's really the only.
That's logical.
And then Texas A&M right now is 11.
Mm-hmm.
I think they fall outside the top 15.
16, 17. Yeah.
I bet they're still ranked though.
Yeah, I think they are too.
Wake Forest probably moves up to the top 11. I think Wake Forest might be able to move up, or they stay the same.
I think they'll.
I can still see them at number 12. They're number 12 right now.
I think they stay exactly where they are.
I think they do. I think Baylor at 13 jumps them.
I think Baylor jumps to 11.
Yeah, I think Baylor jumps to 11. If not, Baylor probably jumps to 11. Auburn, get Auburn out of there.
Yeah. Toss them out of the top 25.
4 losses now? Get
them the fuck out of there.
Get them out. Purdue also probably out. San Diego State is an interesting one. Could they move inside the top 20?
Yes, I think so.
And then you have UTSA, Utah, and Arkansas rounding the bend. I think Arkansas is going to make it to like, they could be like 21, 20-ish. They're like a fringe top 20.
I could see it's like 18, 19. But yeah, 21's probably the safer bet.
It's just the only issue is a lot of these teams in the top 20 didn't lose. Like NC State didn't lose. Ole Miss is going to jump up probably. Like Iowa didn't lose.
Yeah.
So it's hard, but I see Arkansas being like they're a fringe, like inside the top 20 team. Like they're there.
Yeah. I think that's completely legit. I would agree.
And then basically I wonder where Oklahoma falls to.
11. I don't know, somewhere around there. I think they're
still with just one loss, and it's like to Baylor. I think they're right in there.
Yeah, I think.
Will
I
Oklahoma still be ranked ahead of Baylor?
Possibly. It'll be a whole big old crock of shit, but yeah, they will.
They would do that. They would 100% do that. Man, I'm ready to get pissed off again. It's kind of like therapeutic.
Yeah, you're like a day or two away from getting all pissed off again.
Yep, every Tuesday, like fucking clockwork. Here we go. That'll do it for college football. Unless you have anything else you want to.
I'm good. Let's power through it.
NFL time, baby. Starting off with, how the fuck do we not call this? Lions 16, Steelers 16. A tie.
Once Ben went out on virus protocol, it kind of made sense, and I was if I would have been awake earlier, I would have been I probably would have been a Detroit on the money line guy, but didn't do it.
Damn it.
God, it was an ugly game.
God, that game was bad. Was the worst football game I've seen all year. And that's including the Falcons Dolphins game.
Right.
Sorry, that's including the Texans Dolphins game that had 9 turnovers.
It always gets ugly whenever Pittsburgh starts noted clan wizard Mason Rudolph.
Yeah, I mean, Panthers 34, Cardinals 10. Cam is back, baby.
Good for him. Good for Cam.
What a way to come back. Like your first 2 plays back in Carolina are both touchdowns.
Good for him. I hated Cam when he was at Auburn, but fuck if he's not just a ultra lovable person. He's so lovable.
So fun to watch.
He's so fun to watch. He's just human beings just aren't made like Cam Newton. I mean, for one, also his ears are also ultra low, and so to me, he always looks like a Frankenstein because his ears look like bolts on his neck. But yeah, like good for him. Good for him. Going back to like the city that he took to a Super Bowl, going back to the people who love him and making a statement like that, like that's just good stuff right there. That's just great stuff. That's Disney movie stuff.
They're turning that division into a super fun division too.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are.
Also, I'm going to keep this stat alive. PJ Walker, noted XFL legend, undefeated as a starter in the NFL.
That's right, because he still got the start. Cam got all the touchdowns. He got the start.
Dude, he actually played a decent amount too. Like they really only used Cam in the red zone.
Yeah. Do you think Cam gets the start next week?
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
I think once he's more familiar with the offense and everything, he probably does.
I was kind of surprised he actually played this week, to be honest.
I was also very surprised he played.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I think PJ Walker is headed back to the bench, but good showing by PJ Walker. Big up to XFL Legends.
There we fucking go. Vikings 27, Chargers 20. The Vikings won a close game.
What time did the game start?
It was one of the afternoon games, so.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, you wouldn't call it prime time? Yeah, makes sense.
Yep.
Poor Chargers. I thought they would be so much better at this point.
Hey, they're still 5-4. They're still like alive.
Yeah.
That division's alive. Like, who knows what can happen?
Who knows?
Cowboys 43, Falcons 3. Boy, fucking howdy. I guess Dak was healthy.
Yeah, they put it back on him. And Dan Quinn got his revenge game.
Yep, this was classic Dan Quinn revenge. He just knows the Falcons.
Right. It's I mean, good for them.
Dallas is that offense is stupid.
For the majority of the United States who hates the Dallas Cowboys, just prepare yourself because it could quite possibly be their year.
I'm not ready to go there yet. I
honestly think that they could.
God, they could.
I think they could. I think they could. They're good. They're very good. They've got the most ball hawkingest fucking cornerback I've ever seen with Traylon Diggs.
God damn it, they're good. I'm sorry for this, my friend. Saints 21, Titans 23. I mean, we've been saying like which one? We called the Titans the best team, right? That's what we said.
It was the Titans or the Rams. We might have been back on the Rams.
Or was it the Ravens?
No. I think we were back on the Rams.
I think we were back on the Rams.
Yeah, I think we're back on the Rams. So we'll
back
find
on
out
the Rams. That's right.
Tomorrow night.
We're back on the Rams. Yeah. That's right. So it's to be seen. The Rams are the best team in the NFL.
Right. So the Saints, I don't want to make excuses, but I'm going to make some excuses here. I think we actually had a really good showing for starting Trevor Siemian and Alvin Kamara being out. And also, hey, congratulations, Mark Ingram. You're now the leading rusher again in Saints history.
Good job, Mark Ingram.
Congratulations. I like you, Mark Ingram.
I like him too. I'm glad he's back.
Yep, me too.
Damn it, the Titans are on a fucking tear, though.
God, they're good. They're what we thought they were going to be, and they keep doing it without the players that we thought they were going to have.
6 wins in a row for the Titans.
It's impressive. It's impressive.
Against good teams, too.
I mean, if we didn't have to wait until after tomorrow night, then I'd proclaim the Titans the best team in the NFL.
So here's the Titans right now. Since losing to the Jets, they have the Jaguars, Jaguars. They have the Bills, the Chiefs, the Colts, the Rams, and now the Saints.
That's a gauntlet of fantastic NFL teams right now.
And the next week they play the Texans.
Whew. I mean, you can go ahead and crown them AFC South champions. Like, that's already done. They're going to be a handful in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, they're going to be. What you're really interested in is in 2 weeks they go up to New England and play the Patriots.
Always hard, but Vrabel's got that DNA. I think if anyone's going to deal with like a surging Patriots team, it's going to be Mike Vrabel. You know what?
So.
Bold prediction time. You ready?
Do it.
Here's your Super Bowl matchup. Titans, Cowboys.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. That'd be a fun one.
Unless that doesn't, remember that. Remember that I said that. Unless it doesn't happen, then completely forget that I said that.
I'm going to clip this and lock it away for later. Potentially later.
Yeah, when they both lose in the wild card round, just pop that up.
Yep. Colts 23, Jaguars 17. Thank you, Jaguars, for covering this.
Yeah, good for them. They were getting blowed out, and Trevor Lawrence is coming into his own. Like next season, they're not going to be as shitty.
Yep, and they're going to probably still get a decent draft pick. So yeah, you have hope. Just hope for the future.
Yeah. Could you hear me fart just a second ago?
No, I couldn't. I could smell it.
Okay. I got my headphones on. I couldn't tell. Oh, of course.
We got smell-o-vision here.
Of course, you can smell it.
The Colts they're a fun team. They're a good team.
Absolutely. Yeah. I got this one problem with the Colts, which is that I just hate Carson Wentz with all my being. Like, I think he's just a bitch.
I don't think you're alone in that. But damn it, I fucking love Jonathan Taylor so much.
Sprained both of your ankles, you fucking pussy. How'd you do that?
I love Jonathan Taylor so goddamn much. It makes up for it, though.
I was jumping on. I was swinging. And I jumped off the swings. And I sprained both my ankles.
I sprained both my ankles. They hurt, mama.
I'm a ginger bitch.
Fuck you, Carson Wentz. Browns 7, Patriots 45. I hate that the Patriots are good again. And not like that good again, but they're good. And I hate that. Because guess what? I have to hear a bunch of Patriots fans fucking talk about, we're going to make the fucking Super Bowl. Blah, 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 blah. Fuck them.
No, you are not.
God damn it. Their defense is good. Their defense is so good.
Their defense is good. Their offense is getting better. One bright note for the Cleveland Browns was our boy DeThickest Johnson.
AAF legend DeThickest Johnson.
Monster game for DeThickest.
Yeah. Basically, anybody you put back there for the Browns is going to have.
Yeah. I don't know why they ever throw the fucking ball.
Bad showing for Baker, though. Bad Baker. Or should we just say Baker? No, because, I don't know, man.
I'm out on Baker, dude. I'm out.
I'm not. I hitched my wagon to this when he was drafted.
No.
I was such a Baker fanboy in college.
Yeah. He does have one of the greatest accomplishments in college football history. Let's be honest. He's the only Heisman winning quarterback to ever shake his penis at the Kansas Jayhawks sideline.
God, dude, I love that so much.
Okay, I'm back in on Baker.
Fucking loved it so much.
I remembered the good times, and I'm back. I'm back on Baker, right? Baby.
That's all you have to do. He also played, in my opinion, the best college football playoff game. That Georgia-Oklahoma game was my favorite. It was so good.
That was great, and it still ended poorly for Oklahoma. So I still love it. It was still a great game.
That was before I hated Oklahoma, so I was very upset. But yes,
I've always hated Oklahoma.
That's your secret.
Yeah,
you'll fit right in when they join the SEC.
Oh yeah. It's so there's like Arkansas, and there's a bunch of people that I fucking hate because it just means more.
Yeah.
Would I hate someone this much if it didn't just mean more?
You wouldn't. You would not. Bills 45, Jets 17. Speaking of things I hate, the Bills are like, I mean, it's the Jets, to be fair.
Yeah. Back on track.
You know what? I think they want Zach Wilson back.
Yeah.
They got the taste of, they got both sides of the Mike White coin. And I think they want Zach Wilson back.
I think they just figured out that this whole Zach Wilson thing was a little bit better than they initially thought.
Where the fuck was Josh Johnson is my question. Joe Flacco looked like dog ass too.
Yeah. Oh, Flacco. God. Someone will always take Flacco. I've never understood it.
Someone will always take Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
Always.
The human version of Bert from Bert and Ernie.
God damn it. Whatever. Good job, Bills. Good job. Josh Allen looking great. When this team's on, they're a fun team to watch.
Absolutely.
Buccaneers 19, Washington football team 29.
Hey, Taylor Heineke. All right, baby. XFL legend. Taylor Heineke.
Fucking called this shit.
Yes, you did.
I called this shit from the rafters, baby.
You know,
they just play the Bucs.
When I saw the score to this game, I didn't think to myself, oh, wow, Washington beat. I didn't see this coming. I thought my boy, my podcast co-host, possibly best friend, called this shit. Called this shit. Called it.
Dude, Taylor Heineke gets up for the fucking Bucs. And I don't know what it is about this Washington defense, but they know how to shut down Tom Brady, I guess.
Yeah. Sad news out of this one. Sad news though. It was name brother Chase Young being carted off with probably season-ending injury.
I saw a fucking crazy thing on Twitter that they had a map. So the area of the field where he fucked up his leg, he did that. So it's like
Alex Smith. Did Alex Smith's leg explode in the same spot?
That's where his leg exploded.
What about Joe Theismann? Did it happen where Joe Theismann was?
No, I forget. It was like opposing quarterbacks
that wasn't in the same stadium. I'm a fucking idiot.
No, I'm trying to think. I think Dak might have gotten fucked up there. There was like 6 players that got injured there in the northwest part of the field.
Yeah, so far we've got Washington, we've got toxic misogyny, we've got a reputation, well, not a reputation, a legacy of racism, and we've got a fucking field with like a minefield in a certain spot.
Don't forget week 1 that little fun video that came out where the bathrooms were leaking onto the stands.
Right. Make Dan Snyder sell his franchise.
For real.
It's a literal shit show at this point. If pipes are leaking from bathrooms onto seats, you're a shithole owner with a shithole team in a shithole stadium. I fucking hate you. You are the goddamn worst. You don't deserve an NFL franchise. You're a piece of shit. Fuck you, Dan Snyder. I'm taking a hard stance right now. Fuck Dan Snyder. Get him the fuck out. You don't belong in the NFL.
Fuck Dan Snyder. Great, awesome Antonio Gibson.
Awesome. Good for Antonio Gibson, man. Great showing. Helps out XFL legend Taylor Heineke. Like, we're not going to take the credit from Taylor at all. He was just like he was the Garfunkel in this one.
I mean, it's true. He was the backseat to this one, respectively.
Yeah, man.
Eagles 30, Broncos 13. Yeah, this is an easy letdown spot for the Broncos.
Called it.
You fucking called that shit. Jalen Hurts looking good.
I mean, if you're a fantasy player, you've known all year that Jalen Hurts is actually producing. It's just that the final scorers aren't really letting him shine right now. If that team starts winning, he's going to be a star. Dude,
and Devontae Smith too. God damn it, he's fun to watch.
I was, after I hate Oklahoma, but when he transferred to Oklahoma and he actually made like a good showing of it, and also when he got rid of those braids that made him look like a guy who was trying to like dress as like Beyonce and drag. Like I joined the Jalen Hurts team.
Jalen Hurts, I've been rooting for him for a long fucking time.
Hawaiian fuck stealing his job.
Right. Speaking of which, Dolphins 22, Ravens 10, baby. Why the fuck was Tua not starting from the get-go? He looked fine.
I don't know. Brian Flores has just like lost.
He confuses me.
Lost all faith into it. And I think Tua is a good quarterback, but I mean, the only knock on him for me is it isn't that he's like not sound at playing the quarterback position. It's that he's so brittle. He's such a brittle little boy.
Yeah, I worry about that. But he never really I guess he did have some issues with that in college, just like the last couple of years.
Yeah, I mean to me he's playing like a second-year quarterback. Like, what did you expect?
Right? A second-year quarterback who only played like maybe a handful of games last year.
Yeah, for the Dolphins.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I think the Dolphins have the worst offensive line in the entire NFL.
Yeah, so it's not only like what did you expect, but it's a good dose of who do you think you are?
In fact, I know the Dolphins have the worst O-line in the NFL because Pro Football Focus ranked the worst 4 offensive linemen in the NFL, 3 of which start for the Dolphins.
Hey, when PFF says it, it's like the gospel.
God damn it. The main story in this is just blitz the Ravens. Just blitz, and then apparently Lamar Jackson just doesn't respond very well.
I don't think it's gonna. I think if you do that, it's not always gonna end up good.
I don't think so.
I think it's gonna end poorly for you. In fact,
the Bengals did it, and the Dolphins did it, and those are both kind of teams.
Yeah,
and it worked out really well for both of them.
I don't know. I don't think
small sample size.
It's small sample size. And let's not forget that the Ravens have a lot of problems this year, and Lamar is not one of them. I mean,
he is not the problem.
You before the season even started, you lost a top corner, you lost like 3 running backs. You left you scrambling to get Latavius Murray because they all stepped on landmines. Yeah, man. Like no, it's if the Ravens are losing, it's not just because of Lamar Jackson.
100.
And Leo's a fucking idiot.
Oh, Leo's a fucking idiot for that take. It's for that. You don't win MVP when you're a terrible quarterback.
Right. What he's saying is that basically he's evaluating a dual threat quarterback on just one of his threats. So what? Yeah. So what if he gets a lot of his yardage and scores touchdowns by running? It doesn't make him not a quarterback.
Oh god damn it! I don't want to get into this fucking wormhole.
Fucking Leo.
Packers 17, Seahawks 0. This is Russell Wilson's first shutout in the NFL.
Oh yeah. Pete Carroll, hot seat.
I think so. I think there's a couple. I think him and honestly probably Kyle Shanahan should probably both be on the hot seat after this year.
They should just swap. Just do like a trading spouses with Shanahan and
this Seahawks their line is not good. Their defense is not good. I don't know, man.
I think
Russell
was like summed it up by saying just they're not good.
But I'm also going to give him a little bit of a pass this week just because Russell hasn't been at practice or in there for 3 weeks now.
I think they've got big time problems. Like when you're a player like DK Metcalf and you get ejected like that, there's some background shit going on that you're pissed off about. It wasn't just him getting dad dicked by the Green Bay
that
secondary.
Too, but also DK is one of those guys that really wears his emotions on his sleeve.
That's
he
true.
gets pissed when he gets pissed off. He doesn't handle it. He'll just fucking punch someone in the face.
Hey man, just go home. If you're DK Metcalf, just go home, strip naked, and stare at yourself in the mirror because you are a human fucking bat suit. You got plenty to be happy about.
You really fucking do.
It'd be ironic if you had just a tiny little penis.
We can't declare who we think the best team in the NFL is this week until after the Rams play on Monday night.
Yes.
For now, it's the Rams. We're sticking by that.
Yep.
I think they're going to beat the tar out of the 49ers.
Yeah. Man, sad. All right. So 1, sad news for my fantasy team, but 2, sad news for the Rams with just out of nowhere injury to Bobby Trees.
Robert Woods, yeah.
Yeah, Bobby Trees, man.
That
I
sucks.
love Robert Woods. I traded
I like it
Tyreek.
too.
I traded Tyreek Hill for Robert Woods the year that they went to the Super Bowl, and it actually paid off. Like he performed better, like for me.
To be fair, though, smooth timing to get Odell, though, when your
Right?
like number 2 guy goes down.
I hope he fits in. He should. There's no reason that he shouldn't fit in. I think Sean McVay will use him really well, and I think they'll use him the way that Cleveland should have always used him, which was like take the top off. I mean, I'm not sure if he's necessarily the take the top off the defense guy anymore, but he should be lethal off of the play action, and that is Sean McVay's thing.
Yeah. You've got Odell, who's like the best one of the best improvisers when it comes to like getting just open. And then you have fucking Cooper Kupp, who I would argue is one of the, if not the best route runners in the NFL.
Oh yeah. A real gym rat, real world. Cooper Kupp. I mean, yeah, absolutely. OBJ is going to fit in there. All I can think right now is like, what the fuck is wrong with Kevin Stefanski and Baker Mayfield? How could you not figure out how to use this dude?
It blows my mind a little bit.
That old dirty Beckham. The ODB.
ODB, old
dirty Beckham.
That'll do it for NFL college football. Moving on to like XFL news, CFL, X. We got a little bit going on. We're coming up on the end of these seasons as well.
Mm-hmm.
CFL is kind of wrapping up. The last week of the regular season is this coming week. The playoffs are kind of shaping up. We're just kind of trying to figure out. So the Western finals are going to be hosted by the Blue Bombers. The Eastern finals are going to be hosted, I believe, by the Toronto Argonauts. Now it's just kind of trying to figure out the semifinals for each division, figure out who's getting home field advantage. I believe in the West, the Rough Riders get the home field advantage in the semifinals.
Whoa, stop.
Drop.
Shut him down.
Open up shop.
Whoa.
Oh.
That's how the Rough Riders roll.
Baby.
Never gets old.
I think my prediction right now is that the Rough Riders are going to be playing the Calgary Stampeders in the semifinals for the West. And the East is a little bit harder because both the Tiger Cats and the Alouettes are both at 7-6.
I'm going to lean Alouette.
So it kind of comes down a lot to this next week. Will determine a lot. The Alouettes are playing the Red Blacks, who they're not a great team. And the Tiger Cats, though, they're playing the Rough Riders. And they're playing for something. So that is an interesting game. Very interesting game to watch out for.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
I don't know. What would CFL Jim say?
I think the Alouettes have a much easier time against the Red Blacks because the Alouettes are at home. I guess they're both at home, but the Red Blacks are a way worse team than the Rough Riders.
Yeah, Alouettes. Definitely Alouettes.
So I'm gonna say the Alouettes get the home field advantage over the Tiger Cats. I would give the Alouettes the win there.
I would agree.
But then they have to play in Toronto against the Argonauts.
Always tough playing against the Args.
I'm going to go with the Argonauts because I think, the Argonauts are 6-0 at home. They're undefeated at home this whole season.
I don't know. That sounds like a prescription for a recipe for an upset.
It does. But I still favor the Argonauts. I've stuck by it all year. CFL Jim has stuck by it all year.
Yeah.
Give me the Argonauts at home. So they are going to end up playing. I'm going to assume. So the Rough Riders are probably going to beat the Stampeders in the Western semifinals. But then the Rough Riders have to play the Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
Yeah. I mean, we know where our heart lies. But I think the Blue Bombers, they're going to be tough to beat.
They're going to be tough to beat. I think they're going to be rested too. My head says the Blue Bombers. My heart says the Rough Riders. Either way, I think the Western champion beats the Eastern champion. So it's going to be it's going to be between the Blue Bombers and the Rough Riders, in my opinion.
Let's go Rough Riders.
Let's go Rough Riders. X League news, there's not really a whole lot. I just wanted to mention that because the X League is super weird and they play so few games that technically there's still a bajillion teams alive for the playoffs. They do a semifinal and then a final as well.
Yeah.
So it's going to be the three of the postseason spots are locked up. So it's going to be Fujitsu Frontiers, Obix Seagulls, and the Panasonic Impulse are your top 3 teams. Those ones are locked up. It is a fucking mad dash for the 4th spot. And guess who's still alive?
The Tokyo Gas Creators?
The Tokyo Gas Creators are alive.
Let's go fart bags.
I think it's going to come between them and IBM Big Blue.
I'm all about the fart
makers.
The fart
bags.
Give me the fart bags. Yeah, fart bags. Fart bags to the playoffs.
Fucking here for it. I got no more news. I have no more XFL news as of now. I'm going to probably be making a video about their new hires for president and everything like that. Other than that, there's not really a whole lot going on. There's just a shitload of football.
Yeah, there's a ton of football.
And like other sports, like college basketball is here. It's been fucking electric. I love that shit.
Yeah. It's like college. Thank God for college basketball for like when the Super Bowl is over and like all the bowl games are over. That like that's just like the peak basketball watching time. I'll start jumping back into it and jumping into it because I've got a great Razorback team to follow again this year. So like I'll definitely be like just completely like into it. It's just like not quite yet. Like it's a nice little like it's like you eat 3 square meals a day, but you get a little, have like a bag of Gushers at some point.
Well, so right now it's football season. It is football fucking season.
Yeah.
Focusing on football. And like you were saying, once football season's done and with no XFL, I'm gonna be watching USFL, of course, when it's coming. I don't know if they're gonna do it before in like February, like how the XFL did in 2020, or if they're gonna wait till after March Madness and do it in like mid-April. But whatever, I'm gonna be watching it. I'm gonna be loving it. But like once the NFL and college football are all done, that's when college basketball is at its peak.
Yeah, and it's a savior. It is a savior. Can't tell you how many suicides that probably is prevented. Like once football is done and you're in that lull.
And then you get to like the after March, and then you're just like, oh god.
Yeah, it's baseball.
Bleh, bleh.
At least I found the joy of just like big ridiculous money line parlays for baseball.
It's fun. That's a fun thing to do. It's very fun.
I watched more baseball this year than I have in a while. Thanks, gambling.
I got no more news. You got anything, my man?
I got to poop, so this is a great time to call it.
Fucking great time. Tell the people where they can find you.
Oh, man, you can always find me being abrasive on Twitter at of Oaklawn. That is OF Oaklawn. I'm always around with this big galoot. Friday on the Picks Porch. Saturday with Campus Profits. Sunday with Fantasy Foreplay.
Fuck yeah.
All the old Jimnasium every Sunday night.
Every fucking Sunday. Y'all know where to find me at XFL Jim on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, all over. You can find me with this man every weekend. Jimnasium every Sunday. Hint, hint. College basketball show potentially. I think it's coming up this week, boy. We're trying to experiment. We're doing more stuff. Never sleep. The garage never sleeps. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, folks. Give us a like, give us a follow, give us a review on Apple Podcasts, iTunes, the whole shebang. Love you guys. Peace the fuck out.